Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back. It's time to go wild. After a slightly extended break over the festivities in December, the Time to Go Wild radio show podcast is back with you, bringing you information across the Widnes ice hockey fraternities and a little bit beyond. You can catch us on YouTube and Podbean, also on Google Podcasts and Amazon Music Podcasts. If you want to contact us throughout the week, you can do Facebook or Twitter.com/TTGW Radio. Email ttgwradio@outlook.com and text 07849 767755. After the weekend we've just had, I'm surprised I've got a voice left. You know what to do. Stay with us. It's time to go wild. A warm welcome back to the Time to Go Wild radio podcast. And, well, first off, I hope you all had a very good Christmas. Secondly, Happy New Year. And thirdly, and breathe. Anyone got a voice left after last night at Planet Ice Widnes? What a game. For the faithful, yeah. What can you say if you were part of I'll call it the regulars and the faithful? It was, oh dear, it's not working. Followed by, oh boy. For the uninitiated, total roller coaster and had just shy of a good scrap, everything you'd want from a hockey game. I think I can pretty much say it was a capacity crowd. Might have been a few standing spaces, but it was rammed. Brilliant work by everyone getting people to come in the doors. If you're new to the game, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're a regular, I think we can get our heart rates to come down. And, well, what a way to start the year off at home, I suppose. Yeah, give everyone heart attacks and, strokes and the likes. Not that anyone should have a stroke, but yeah. Give everyone high blood pressure and the likes. Wow. Talk about drama, talk about finishing with aplomb, you could say. As for the reaction for us guys down in the sin bin area, well, we tried to stay neutral. We tried. I said we tried. But enough of that. Hopefully, for the next few minutes anyway, we're going to have something to entertain you and inform you. So, without further ado, we may as well catch up on the most recent games that have been happening across the leagues that we cover each week. As we do, it's time for the scores. As we reach for the Elite League to begin our proceedings, starting with Thursday the 10th of January. Glasgow Clan 3, Coventry Blaze 5. On Friday, Belfast Giants 5, Nottingham Panthers 2. Manchester Storm 3, Sheffield Steelers 6. Dundee Stars 4, Coventry Blaze 3 after a shootout. Sunday 14th of January, Belfast Giants 3, Nottingham Panthers 4 after a shootout. Sheffield Steelers 2, Guildford Flames 4. Fife Flyers 4, Glasgow Clan 5 after a shootout. On Sunday 15th of January, Glasgow Clan 5, Dundee Stars 2. Coventry Blaze 1, Fife Flyers 0 after a shootout. Guildford Flames 6, Manchester Storm 4. Planet Ice NIHL National League. Friday the 13th of January, Bees 5, Swindon Wildcats 3. On Saturday, Basingstoke Bison 3, Telford Tigers 2. Bristol Pitbulls 7, Raiders 6. Leeds Knights 4, Peterborough Phantoms 5. Milton Keynes Lightning 8, Bees 4. Swindon Wildcats 7, Sheffield Steel Dogs 6 after a shootout. And on Sunday, Hull Seahawks 3, Basingstoke Bison 6, Peterborough Phantoms 3, Leeds Knights 2, Raiders 6, Bristol Pitbulls 4, Sheffield Steel Dogs 2, Swindon Wildcats 7, Telford Tigers 2, Milton Keynes Lightning 4, NAHL Division 1 North Morley action. Get the teeth in. Saturday, Sheffield Scimitars 2, Solihull Barons 7, Solway Sharks 10, Deeside Dragons 1. On Sunday. I need to learn how to type, Colin. On Sunday, Deeside Dragons 4, Billingham Stars 3, Whitley Warriors 3, Sheffield Scimitars 2, Widnes Wild 4, Blackburn Hawks 3 after overtime. NIHL Division 2 North Laidler action from Saturday. Sheffield Titans 3, Coventry NIHL Blaze 2 after overtime. Sutton Sting 2, Hull Jets 3 in the League Cup semi-final. On Sunday, Altrincham Aces 1, Telford Tigers N2 10. That was also a League Cup semi-final. Bradford Bulldogs 4, Hull Jets 9, and Nottingham Lions North 2 3, Sutton Sting 2 after overtime. And hopefully that rounds up the scores from around our usual run of leagues for the last weekend. I'm out of practice. More on the next edition of the Time to Go Wild radio show. Well, what a weekend of results there. Some seriously surprising results, I must say, in some quarters. Big surprise result. You don't often see it as I shuffle my papers. In the Elite League on Sunday, the Coventry Blaze won the Fife Flyers 0 in a shootout. Yes, 1-0 game after a shootout. You don't often get that tight a game these days anywhere with ice hockey. Everyone who goes to a hockey game usually expects a couple of goals. Excuse me. But yeah, that one, total surprise. The shots on goal were quite remarkable. I've got I can quickly call up the game sheet, and it says 29 saves from Coventry, 48 saves for Fife. Shane Owen facing probably 49 shots, which includes the shootout. Yeah, and the fact it even went to a shootout, so 1-0 and then a shootout. That is serious defensive play and defending and goaltending, I must admit. Absolutely amazing result. Another couple of shock results in a way when you look at their positions in their relevant tables. You've got teams like the Basingstoke Bison turning over Telford. Admittedly, Basingstoke and Telford are actually very close in the league, but after the last few years, Telford have usually been a bit higher up the table. Milton Keynes at the moment flying high. They're keeping their run of form, and sort of looking. Where are we? Peterborough Phantoms and Leeds. Very tight game for them this weekend. As for our Morley division, I think the result of the weekend that most people are sort of breathing a sigh of relief in terms of Widnes is the Widnes Wild 4, Blackburn Hawks 3 after overtime result. After the game, I caught up with MVP Will Harper, and we had a little chat, and this is what he had to say.
After an absolute end-to-end thriller at Planet Ice Widnes, 4-3 after overtime, the YKK Widnes Wild taking on the Blackburn Hawks. I've been joined by MVP Will Harper. Well, That was a roller coaster game, wasn't it?
Just a little bit. Well, proper. So I'm glad we got the win in the end, but you know what I mean. Maybe we should have done it in the first period or second period, but points. Win's a win.
I mean, first period, Blackburn were bang straight in the second period. Played a bit tighter, kept it at 3-0 at the end of the second. And then it was a case of whatever was said in the dressing room stays in the dressing room, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know. We came out in that third period, we applied ourselves properly, and we put in the effort in the right places, and you know what I mean, it worked. We trusted in the process, trusted in what the coaches are saying, and it worked out in the end, so can't complain really, can you?
I mean, talk about drama to the nth degree. Not only is it like, oh yeah, backs to the wall hockey, 1 goal in, okay, 2 goals in, okay. Dying moments of the game, literally in the dying second, you've pulled the goalie, bang.
Yeah.
Did you hear the noise from the crowd when that went in?
Yeah, the crowd's insane. It's amazing to play in front of this many fans. I've never really played in front of this many fans, and just hearing them chant for Widnes, so you know what I mean, chant
Kate crashed by our very own Mikey Gilbert.
Centre of attention, innit? Proper centre of attention. It's amazing having the fans behind you and listening to them cheer when you score. It really does get you motivated, you know what I mean? Just helps you push through when things are tight.
I mean, over time, of course, it is a bit of a lottery. It's all about possession, control, calm heads, get it on the goal.
Yeah, like I said, we went out in that third period. We applied ourselves properly, trusting what the coach was saying. And yeah, just kept peppering away. Their goal stood on his head, like he always does against us. But you know what I mean, they're eventually going to start going in. It worked out in the end, so yeah.
I mean, you've been with us for a little while now, having moved clubs, having been over down at Sheffield.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been there for a while, I assume.
Oh, at Sheffield, yeah, I've been there for 12 years, maybe, pushing 13, and it was weird leaving, but it's an amazing team here, amazing facilities, and I'm very happy that I've moved now. It's great team, great fans, great coaches, so yeah.
I mean, I do ask people about the atmosphere in this little barn. It might only be sort of 350 so in the seats, plus standing up tonight, capacity crowd pretty much. Yeah. It was unreal.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I've never played in front of fans like that before, so it was a great experience for me as a player. I'm sorry, I wasn't sounding my own voice, what can I say?
We're getting big crushed by our equipment, man.
Again, another one who loves himself a bit too much, doesn't he? But no, it's the atmosphere is amazing. Obviously, it being a smaller rink as well, you can hear everything, so it's really good. It's fun to play in.
I mean, we've had some big games. I mean, the 2 big games really here this year are against Blackburn, have been for the last couple of years, and also against D-side. You know what to expect when you play D-side, don't you?
Personally, no, I haven't played them since I was, under 15s maybe? Right. It's been a long time since I played D-side, so I'm looking forward to playing them. Hopefully again, maybe we can get the game done in the first and second when we play them, but like I said, so we'll have to wait and see. I'm looking forward to it, yeah.
I mean, next week's a big game. It's a tough hill to climb against Solway. They're a big club. They're a tough club. You know, it's just your general thoughts in how you feel about things. What do you think will be a sort of key thing to controlling the game?
I mean, you've got to give a lot of respect to Solway. They're a good team. They're a good side. They're a good team and they're a good side. You've got to respect that. But as long as we come out, play our game, play hard and fast, especially in our barn, I think we've got a good chance. We pushed them last time. It was my first game when we played them last time, and that were an experience because I've never pushed a team like Solway like that before, and it was so maybe we'll have the same luck this time and turn it into a win, hopefully.
Well, it's been a big night. You could just feel the cauldron of Planet Ice Widnes bubbling, and then overtime comes and bang, off the top of the lid comes off again.
Yeah.
It's remarkable, this place.
Yeah, it is something else. It's a bit cold, like, but it is an amazing rink and amazing people, amazing fans, like I said. So it's fun. It's fun to play at. What can I say? Everyone just loves me. So what can I say?
I suppose it being cold makes you just work a bit harder to keep warm.
Oh yeah, definitely. Not a fan of the cold, but yeah, I don't mind it.
Well, thank you for joining me. What a night. Took a few penalties, but you kept digging in.
Yeah. I want better on the penalties than I used to, I gotta say, but it's definitely still a work in progress. Might have to start meditating before games, keep my head cool, but it's what it is.
Well, thanks for joining me. You take care and have a good week. And that's our big man Callum with the cash in the interview.
Thanks for joining me again, Will. Good to catch up with you and have a few words and a good little chat. Now, as for the game sheet, in terms of penalty minutes, we'll go to first. First period was very quiet, 4 minutes each. Third period was actually quite quiet, 6 minutes to Widnes, 4 minutes to Blackburn. But the second period, we had quite a lot more penalty minutes, 18 to Widnes, 12 to Blackburn. So yeah, a much livelier penalty minutes in the second, but nothing in terms of fights. A bit of roughing going on, a tripping, slashing, hooking, etc. But the scores: first period 0-2, second period was a 0-1 period to Blackburn as well, so 0-3 down. Third period, we don't know what was said. We said it in the interview. What was said in the dressing room stays in the dressing room. A 3-0 period to the Widnes Wild, and it started off with a short-handed goal as well, and then of course the overtime winner. So yeah, goals started 1 minute 40 seconds, again very early goal, Aaron Davis from Ethan Mayo. 12 minutes 58 we had Devich, I think it's Uranenox from James Riddock. That was 12:58. That was first period. Second period, we had Sam Warnock from Devich Uranenox. So it's now 3 in favour of Blackburn. The swingometer very much in their favour. But this is hockey. You never count a team out right till the very end. 46 minutes on the nose in the third period. Will Harper opens the scoring from Jacob Corson-Heron. Short-handed marker as well, which you don't get too many of them really. These, a lot of the time it can be, it can be upsetting, of course, when you're on the opposite side of it. You're on the power play, someone scores against you. Then I sort of likened it to lighting the gas under the pot. Gas is on. 5 minutes or 4 minutes-ish later, 50-26, Rich Hagger from Joey Coulter and Reese Edwards. The gas is turned up to full belt here. It's bubbling now. We've got a bit of a game on. Anything can happen. And we had to wait to 59 minutes 41 seconds. Yeah, 59-41. Talk about cut it close. They pulled the goalie, got the extra attacker on. Jacob Corson-Heron from Matt Barlow and Mikey Gilbert. There was the equaliser. But you don't count anything out in hockey. Even in those dying few seconds, a goal can still go in. So it was nip and tuck right to the final buzzer. Nothing happening. And then at 60 minutes and 58 seconds, so just within the first minute of overtime, Nathan Britton from Mikey Gilbert, and the roof nearly came off Planet Ice Widnes. What a night. What a roller coaster. And and what a crowd. Absolutely fantastic seeing the place packed out for the first time since pretty much pre-COVID, I'd say. We've had some big crowds, but last night, I mean, you couldn't really get much more tension to make you think, oh, well, it's not going, oh, hang on, wow. I mean, Blackburn brought a lot of fans as well. That was fantastic to see them bringing an awful lot of fans over. Wild fans also packing the place out everywhere. You looked, it was just a sea of people. And it was great. Now 50-50 back up to the £120 mark-ish. So congratulations to our winner. And a shout out to everybody who had a special mention. I'm going to mention poor Fleur. She was like, I don't want to do these puck drops. But no, happy birthday, of course, to Fleur, because she had to do a number of presentations as part of her little birthday gift. and all the other people who've had birthday wishes during the game, and our other winners. Of course, if it was your first time, we hope you come back. We've got the fixtures to go through very, very soon. But first, well, second, I suppose, it is time for a little bit of... what shall we have? I think a bit of this.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Who's on the naughty step? And the most recent ones are actually mainly for Division 2 and Division 2 North as well. Sean O'Neill of the Coventry NIHL Blaze in Division 2 North. He's received a match penalty for fighting an unwilling opponent in a game against the Altrincham Aces on the 7th of January. It was assessed in the tiers as a Tier 1 tariff and receives 2 game suspension. And Damani James of the Bradford Bulldogs, again from our Division 2 North, he received a match penalty for fighting an unwilling opponent in a game against the Sheffield Titans on the 7th of January. It was assessed again at Tier 1, and he gets a 2 game suspension as well. So, not too many at the moment. There have been others, but they're the most recent ones who've had to suffer the wrath of.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Oh yeah, we have our little naughty jingles there. I do like throwing them in. Well, I'm a bit out of practice with things, so I think we will go with a little bit of this one now. As we go through some general news items, and the main one from the EIHA is that there are opportunities for coaches and managers available. The closing dates are actually the 17th of January, but they are looking for people who are expressing interest in the advanced coaching, which there are 4 posts, technical section coaches, another 4 posts, team head coaches, 12 posts, or up to 12 posts, assistant coaches up to 24 posts, advanced managers, senior lead managers, there's 4 posts, team manager up to 12 posts, and assistant managers up to 12 posts. All the details for that are on the EIHA website, eiha.co.uk. And while we're about it, we'll go through the own and loans. What's available on the list I've got in front of me? We've got Richard Hagger's warm-up, Callum Ruddick warm-up, we've got Ken Armstrong's warm-up, Miles Finley away and warm-up, Jack Murray away and warm-up. If we move down the list, Jono Williamson's warm-up, Adam Giuseco home, away and warm-up, Evan Cole's home, away and warm-up, Jake Lowndes home and away, Andrew Hopkins home, away and warm-up, Jacob Corson-Heron's home and warm-up, Chris G home away warm-up, Alex Mitchell's home away warm-up, Cohen Taylor the same home away warm-up, Regan Taylor's all 3, Will Harper's home away and warm-up, and Jake Meehan's away and warm-up. So they're the home own and loan shirts that are still available. Of course, still plenty of time to get a late present in for the end of season. Sometimes you've got to be careful because you want one that'll fit you. That's what I have to watch out for, because I do like to wear my own loan shirts if I get them. So they're the own and loan shirts. And of course, all details are on widneswild.co.uk. We'll flip now to a little bit of table talk, and we'll start actually with the WNIHL tables. Yes, we're going to the women's leagues. And first of all, actually a bit of extra news for all followers of the Widnes Wild Ladies. They now have a title sponsor. Yes. DM, I think it's Debt Movement, I think it's called. The company, they are now the title sponsor of our Widnes Wild Ladies. So if you've actually been keeping your eye on social media, you will actually see they've got brand new shirts. So their home one is still in the yellow with black and bits of white. Similar-ish sort of style to the current YKK Widnes Wild shirt, but they've had their own design done, and with the new sponsor on it. Their road shirt, on the other hand, is very different in colours. It's sort of pink and purple, and the colours are actually that relating to the sponsor, and it's rather funky as well. So have a look online. I think it's the Twitter and Instagrams are Widnes Wild Women. So it's Twitter or Instagram.com/Widnes Wild Women. It's the same for Facebook. And look up their new shirts. You might see the designs around and about. And they featured in their first home game of 2023 last weekend. And quite a dramatic game. But yeah, very, very fancy, very funky new designs for the Widnes Wild Ladies. So the DM Widnes Wild Ladies, keep an eye out for their next games. In terms of the WNIHL 2 North table, it reads as follows. Starting at the bottom, Kingston on 5 games and no points. But to remember, as a point with Kingston, they have actually got teams in North 2, North 1 and in the Women's Elite. So it's not their only team. Grimsby 4 games 2 points, Whitley Bay 4 games 2 points, Sheffield 5 games and 3 points, Telford on 5 games and 7 points. Now we're up in third with Leeds on 7 games and 8 points, Widnes on 5 games and 8 points, and Solway on 5 games and 10 points. So when you actually whittle it down at the top of the table, that difference of 2 points actually is effectively the Solway Widnes game from the beginning of the season. And in that game, Widnes didn't have an official goaltender. They had to one of our outskaters actually went in goal. So, and it was a fairly tight game, all in all, when you actually look at the statistics. So there you go. It's tight at the top of the WNIHL 2 North table, and of course, if the team that from there then goes into the playoff to go up into what was Prem, which is now the WNIHL Division 1. So they've just realigned the names of the leagues. So the Widnes Wild Ladies, or the DM Widnes Wild Ladies, fighting out for a spot at the top of the WNIHL 2 North table. Moving on to the Elite Ice Hockey League now. Some gaps really starting to open up in this league now. Down in 10th position, 5 Flyers, 34 games and 20 points. Glasgow Clan in 9th, 36 games and 21 points. Dundee Stars in 8th position, 34 games, 22 points. Manchester Storm in 7th, 32 games, 25 points. Then 6th, the Nottingham Panthers, 32 games, 29 points. Then a big jump to 5th position with the Coventry Blaze, 33 games, 43 points. So fair jump there. Cardiff Devils in 4th, 31 games, 46 points. In 3rd, the Belfast Giants, 32 games and 47 points. And then the Slugfest, I can actually say, at the top of the table. 2nd place, the Sheffield Steelers, 32 games and 50 points. And the Guildford Flames managing to get back to the top of the shop recently, 32 games and 53 points. Over Christmas, the Sheffield Steelers actually did pop to the top of the table over the festive period, but Guildford have managed to claw their way back up there. So it's looking like those two are going to slug it out towards the end of the season for the actual Elite League title. Move into the Planet Ice National League. And we have at the bottom of the table still the Hull backers, the Hull Seahawks, 35 games and 15 points. Bees in 10th, 34 games and 17 points. Bristol Pitbulls in 9th, 35 games, 25 points. On the same points but in 8th position, Telford Tigers on 35 games, 25 points. And then just above in 7th position, the Basingstoke Bison, 34 games and again 25 points. So 7th, 8th and 9th level on points, 25. Then a jump of 10 points to 6th position. Raiders, 33 games, 35 points. Swindon Wildcats in 5th, 35 games and 39 points. Sheffield Steel Dogs in 4th, 33 games, 46 points. Then a jump now of 10 points to 3rd position. Peterborough Phantoms, 35 games, 56 points. And basically on statistics, in 2nd, the Leeds Knights now, 32 games and again 56 points. And top of the shop at the moment, Milton Keynes Lightning, 35 games, 57 points. So 1 point separating 1st, 2nd and 3rd, with Leeds Knights having 3 games in hand. So it is tight amongst the top 3 of the National League. We'll hop down to Laidler now, because a few more talking points about Morley. Bradford Bulldogs at the moment in 8th position, 15 games and 8 points. Nottingham Lions NIHL 2, 17 games and 9 points in 7th. 6th position, Coventry NIHL Blaze, 17 games and 14 points. In 5th position, Sutton Sting, 16 games, 15 points. 4th position, Sheffield Titans, 17 games and 17 points. Altrincham Aces in 3rd, 16 games and 18 points. Hull Jets in 2nd, 15 games, 26 points. And at the top of the table at the moment, the Telford Tigers NIHL 2, 17 games, 32 points. Quite close. Fair gradient across a lot of the teams there. So, still a bit to play for. And I think it is again for their playoffs. I think it's the top 4 go through to their playoffs. So, in a way, for the top 4, Coventry could be a dark horse. Sutton can play, can jump up a bit. So, you know, the top 2 are looking fairly established. It's just where do they finish. So it's between at the moment, my money's between Altrincham, Sheffield, and then there's Sutton and Coventry, the outsiders, for the other 2 positions for their playoffs. As we move to the league, the YKK Widnes Wild fans want to know about, it's the Morley table. Sheffield Scimitars at the moment at the bottom of the table, 19 games and only 1 point. Nottingham Lions in 8th, 17 games and 8 points. Deeside Dragons now getting back into playing games, 12 games, 11 points. Blackburn Hawks in 6th, 19 games, 15 points. Widnes Wild in 5th, 17 games, 19 points. Solihull Barons in 4th, 16 games and 21 points. The Billingham Stars in 3rd, 20 games, 24 points. Whitley Warriors in 2nd, 18 games and 31 points. And the Solway Sharks at the top at the moment, 18 games and 33 points. So, tight at the top. Whitley and Solway slugging it out. Billingham's form took a bit of a hit with a loss to Deeside this weekend. But in the middle of the table, it's tight between Solihull and Widnes. Only 2 points in it, with Solihull having a game in hand. But they meet very soon as well. So, Blackburn having a bit of a resurgence. I mean, they played really well. Their goaltender standing on his head at the weekend, almost. But yeah, middle of the table, still pretty close. Teams can jump from 6th to 4th at the drop of a hat, almost. So we shall see, particularly 4th and 5th between Widnes and Solihull. But Solihull really chomping on the heels of Billingham. 16 games for Solihull, 20 games played by Billingham, and only 3 points separating the 2 clubs. So you do not take anything for granted at all with these fixtures. You can just, one moment you're high, next minute you've dropped right down. So there we go. A little bit of our table talk for another week. Hopefully, I know it's hard when you haven't got the visuals in front of you, but hopefully I give you a decent flavour of the tables as they stand. So, where do we go to now? Yes, of course, the other important things to cover. We have to, of course, give a big shout out, of course, to our own team, the YKK Widnes Wild. If you want their social media and web pages and stuff, It's widneswild.co.uk, where you can find out fixture lists, own and loan shirt details, the shop, the online shop is available, and a lot of other details. If you want their social media, it's Facebook or twitter.com/widneswild. The Instagram is instagram.com/widneswildofficial, and our YouTube page portal is youtube.com/widneswild ice hockey club. Our, of course, we've got our own and loan, our podcasts information on there, and highlights. And the community section, of course, if you want the own and loan shirts, they are, of course, £80 for the game or warm-up shirts. Naturally, we have to thank all of our sponsors. Title sponsor YKK, home penalty box sponsor Fresco Environmental, and a thank you as well to Spriggs & Son of Widnes, MPG Maintenance Property Services, Crosscheck Clothing, Puck Drop, the University of Salford, and of course our charity is the Halton Haven Hospice. Fixtures. I have got a fixtures list somewhere. Here we go. Shows how out of practice I am. Some of the face-off times I don't have available for some of the road games, so please bear with me. The fixtures list is a bit tricky to keep an eye on at the moment. So the best fixture list I have available at the moment starts for Widnes-related games on the 21st of January, this coming Saturday. On Saturday, we got the Telford Wrekin Raiders hosting your Widnes Wild Ladies. I don't have a face-off time, confirmed for that game, but it's Telford Wrekin Raiders hosting the Widnes Wild Ladies on Saturday. Now, Planet Ice on Saturday, 21st of January, we've got a double whammy. Our under 14s are in action. I haven't got confirmed who the opponents are yet, but that's going to be circa 4:20 in the afternoon. So the Wild Academy under 14s are in action at Planet Ice Widnes, 4:20 on Saturday. And then at 7 p.m, your YKK Widnes Wild will host the Solway Sharks in the Cup semi-final second leg. And okay, they're down in terms of aggregate score, so they need you there. They need that noise. They need the cauldron to boil. So get yourselves down. 7 p.m. Saturday, 21st of January, YKK Widnes Wild in the Cup semi-final second leg against the Solway Sharks. And if you want to make a full day of it, come down early and and then go and get a bite to eat between the games and give our under 14s a bit of extra boost. Sunday 22nd of January now, the Sheffield Under-18s are hosting the Widnes Under-18s. Unfortunately, I don't have a face-off time available for that one. The Solihull Barons will be hosting your YKK Widnes Wild at 5:30 p.m. The next weekend, Saturday the 28th of January, your YKK Widnes Wild are at home. Yes, Saturday at home. Saturday 28th of January against the Sheffield Scimitars. That will be a 5:30 p.m. face-off. So it's a Saturday home game the following weekend. 28th of January, YKK Widnes Wild against the Sheffield Scimitars at 5:30 p.m. our normal time. Because on Sunday, the Whitley Warriors host the YKK Widnes Wild up in Whitley Bay at 5 p.m. But earlier in the day, the Whitley Under-18s will be hosting the Widnes Under-18s. So, again, you could always make a day of it. Go and watch an Under-18s game, and then you're an early bird, and then you can take in the Widnes Wild game. And we also have another road game on Sunday the 29th. The Sheffield Shadows are hosting your Widnes Wild Ladies down at Ice Sheffield. Couple more now to take us into February. We've got the Sunday the 5th of February. The Widnes Wild Ladies are hosting the Kingston Diamonds at 4:15 at Planet Ice Widnes. And down the road in D-Side, the D-Side Dragons will be hosting your YKK Widnes Wild at 5 p.m. So you've got a choice. You can either go down the road to D-Side and watch D-Side v YKK Widnes Wild, or you can come home, stay at home, and come and watch the Widnes Wild Ladies take on the Kingston Diamonds, which is a little earlier. So 4:15, Widnes Wild Ladies v Kingston Diamonds, or 5 p.m. for Deeside Dragons v Widnes Wild on Sunday the 5th of February. And then our next weekend, which is our last little bit of fixtures to cover, Saturday the 11th of February, YKK Widnes Wild are at home to the Solihull Barons, 5:30 p.m. And then on the Sunday, the 12th of February, YKK Widnes Wild host the Solway Sharks at 5:30 p.m. So it's a big double-head weekend. The 11th and 12th of February. On the Saturday the 11th, it's Solihull. And on Sunday the 12th of February, it's the Solway Sharks are our visitors. Both games, 5:30 p.m. face-offs. It's a busy, busy time coming up towards the end of the season. Well, I think that about wraps things up for another edition of the Time to Go Wild radio podcast. It's been a bit longer than I initially planned. Lots to cover. More to cover next week. So, as usual, if you've got any shout-outs or mentions at games, come down to the Simbin, see us, or you can drop them through via the text number 07849767755 beforehand, or you can send them through Facebook or Twitter or email to the Time to Go Wild radio contact details, and we can get you out on the on the PA. You never know if photographs for certain events appear. We might even throw them up on the big screen. For the rest of you, well, what can I say? Enjoy your hockey wherever you're getting it. No matter where you are and what you're doing, look after yourselves and each other, and I'll catch you with the next edition of the Time to Go Wild radio podcast, all being well, next week. But who knows, anything can happen. From me, Cole, for another week. I'll catch you soon. Till then, ta-ra!